Gottesmann,
Yep.
right? Perchance is a dating app that you've created.
Yep.
But funny, we kind of were talking that you were saying that you originally started out in law, like this is kind of a new thing for you, but you kind of started your journey as a lawyer, correct?
Yeah, I have an interesting background. I went to law school at University of Miami. I came down to Miami for law school. Before that, I was working in the sports world. I represented professional athletes after law school, and I worked with the agents before law school. So I have a legal background, sports, entertainment, event planning, marketing, and I was dating for almost a decade and trying everything that was available, and I was using it as a user, but then also thinking about ways to, how can you improve the issues that people that were single were having and continue to have to this day. What can I do to make their lives easier? And that's how Perchance came about.
Yeah, and you were saying that you were dating on like apps that are out now, right?
Yeah. So I was using, the swiping apps when they first started out. I use the websites that people are probably all familiar with. They use on, TV. They see those commercials. Yeah. And for someone who's single, especially in a big city, if you're a certain age demographic, if you're under a certain age, it's just like it's not working really, and it was getting worse. So I was, I don't want to jump into certain things, but I created Perchance because of some problems that we were having, myself, and then a few other people that are close to me, and then I realized that a lot more people were having the same issues as myself.
Yeah, and let's kind of explain what Perchance does, because it's different, right? It's using kind of a location technology of people that are in your area, or you may have come in contact with, you see someone at the grocery store.
Yep.
And both people have the app, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So just like any other dating app, both people are on it. The difference between what Perchance does and what every other dating app does is that it focuses on people that are around you in a very tight area. So you either saw them when you were at, say, at Publix, or you're walking your dog, or you're at the gym, on the elevator. You might have been at the Heat game, wherever you were. You can go back in time with Perchance and find them and go on a date within a few taps. So instead of using a swiping app where the people may or may not be real, they may or may not want your personal information and push you to use a website, go somewhere else, Perchance is real people that are just doing just what you are. They're in your neighborhood, and you might have actually saw them at one of our events or just throughout your day, whatever you're doing, so that you could just go in your pocket, in your purse, and just go back in time and find them.
Yeah, because you were saying that part of it is that person had to be around you, right? So
yeah.
It's kind of one of the ways to verify that this is actually a real profile,
right?
Real person.
Because you're getting catfished a lot of those other apps,
you might
right?
Have actually saw that person.
Correct.
So,
yeah.
And that, like I was telling you, like it's probably a great way for the gym, so you don't got to be creepy and approach a girl at the gym.
Yeah, you can't really approach anyone at the gym. There's really no good way to do that. So yeah.
Later, right?
It's the ultimate icebreaker, Perchance, and that's what a lot of people are saying. Hey, like I was hesitant to go up to people. There's people that are reserved and they're shy and they don't want to reach out to someone in person. They're so used to DMing and texting, especially people that are, I would say, under 30 or under 35.
Yeah.
And also, there's just inopportune moments. I'm very outgoing. I could talk to anyone, but there were so many instances where this happened to me, and the reason why I created it is because I would stay up at night and I would wonder, what if? What if I was supposed to go on a date with that girl and get to know her? She might have supposed to be my girlfriend, fiance, wife, whatever that might be, and I was realizing and did some research that millions of people are having the same problem. What could we do? We can't really use Craigslist anymore because it's outdated, antiquated, and it's not comfortable to use. What's something that's comfortable and modern that I can create, where just like Uber was created, where someone wanted to drop a pin and have someone pick them up? What can I do so that I can go back in time and find that person that I just saw, or singles around me that are just into the same things as me? Yeah. And I was using these dating apps. It's very frustrating. People are getting burnt out by that. You're just swiping nonstop, and on those apps, you're meeting someone 2 to 3% of the time. That's crazy. So 97 to 98% of the time when you match with someone, you're not even meeting them in person. You're wasting so much time, and when you're dating, it's really frustrating. That's your social life. That's your future. So what I did was I made it so that you can go back in time today and yesterday. You can see who you saw around you, and then we push them to go on a date. So on Perchance, there's establishments like bars, restaurants, clubs, coffee shops that we push people to go to that are nearby so that you actually go on a date. And our stats right now are showing between 70 and 90% of people that are matching are meeting on Perchance. They're going on dates. So that was huge.
It would seem to, I'm just reading into it, that if you saw someone somewhere, you probably have some similar interests. A smoothie shop, you're healthy, at the gym, like it probably creates also people that you're most likely to connect with because you're doing the same thing.
Yeah, a lot of people live in the same neighborhoods. They have the same interests, hobbies. So whether they're walking their dogs or doing Brickell Run Club or a run club in their area, wherever it was, and now we're available in Miami, South Florida area, New York City, tri-state area. There's people that are just doing the same things as you that if you didn't have an app like this, you might never meet them. You might have seen them once or twice potentially, but unless you
we've all seen a girl that we wish we would have talked to.
Yeah, girl, guys, same thing. Like, we were throwing events, and it's cool because a lot of people don't know who I am. I'm not like super famous or anything like that. So I would be at an event and I would dress like one of our brand ambassadors. I wear a Perchance hat, a Perchance shirt, and then I would hear them saying, "This is really cool. Like, I never knew something was available like this. Now I can chat. I was afraid to go up to someone, or now I can go back in time. I can find that guy who I just saw yesterday, the girl who I just saw at this party." And it's not just guys, it's girls, everyone, in every age group. So, the majority of our users are, 18 to, like, say, 39. But we have a fairly strong percentage of people that are older as well that are using it, that are very comfortable, which is very surprising because, this is new technology. And for them to grasp it, it means a lot to us. That means we're doing something right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So how long have you guys been around?
We launched in 2019 in Miami, and we essentially did a test market. This was our test market. It's great because, South Florida is very single. Miami is one of the top single cities in the country. Brickell is the #1 neighborhood. 70% of people are single, which is massive for us. So we were able to grow very quickly with partnerships with a bunch of restaurants, bars, workout clubs, and whatnot. And we were able to infiltrate over 12% of all singles in Brickell, which is massive. If you push that out and do the numbers for the country, that's over 15 million people. So before we launched, we got top 5 on Product Hunt, which was massive for us, and that helped us get our first round of funds. And now we're building, we just started building our next version, which is like a massive upgrade, and we're really excited. And we use the feedback of thousands of our users to build something that they want even more. So that's where I'm looking forward to for next year.
What were some of the changes that you said? Because you did some survey and you got a lot of feedback.
Yeah, so people really enjoy using it because they can go back in time, but there are certain aspects that we'd like to improve so that it's more, I would say, user-faced, like frontward. So they can see more about a user, they could answer a few more quick questions so they could have a more meaningful relationship with someone. They might have the same, just like you were talking about before, same hobby, same interests. They might have a certain, you can match by astrology signs. You could push your TikTok, your Instagram. You could use Spotify. You could see similar interest in music, what you're into, and there's ways that we can do that. You can spruce up your profile. So there's a lot of stuff that we're doing behind the scenes. And actually tomorrow, I'm going to be able to see the first real version of the front end screen, so you can see the designs and where we're going to go with it for next year.
Yeah. So you were saying that you've really been investing on that side.
Yeah, that's the most of our investment right now is just making sure that this release next year, so we're not dormant during the pandemic. We have definitely put our best foot forward so that we can really push this out for our best version ever by far. It's not even be close to whatever we released before.
So right now it's in Miami and New York Tri-State.
There's people that have downloaded it throughout the country, but we focused when we were doing ads and pushing certain aspects of getting people to know and get some buzz. It was South Florida and then New York City area around there. And then we'll do a bigger push in 2021, Q1, Q2, as we release this next version.
Mm-hmm. And so how would people find it? Obviously the App Store.
Yeah, so you can go on our website, perchanceapp.com. If you could see the video, you could look at my hat. It's one word, perchance, P-E-R, chance, app.com. You could follow us on Instagram, perchance_app. You'll see our logo as well. It's like a heart. You can see it there. And then you could also download us on any app store. So iOS, Android, the Google Play Store, the App Store. We're on both of them. And if you download it now, you'll get a notification here and there, but when we do push the next version, you'll be first in line, and we're going to actually have people, if they want, to beta test the version exclusively, like VIP, before anyone else does, a month or so before, so you can test it out, give your feedback, and we actually value your feedback. Some companies don't really care as much, but we are always, trying to do the best for our users, so if anyone has anything that they would like to see in the future, there's a good chance that it'll happen.
Kind of so integrated in the dating world, is there any advice you would give outside of using Perchance, or just how to use Perchance effectively?
Yeah, so before COVID, we had a lot of events, and we would do that so that we wanted people to meet. And some people are a little more reserved than others, or some people just want to go out for a good drink, get happy hour. So we'd have open bars and whatnot, and some prizes. We'd give away like thousands of dollars of free stuff at our events and whatnot, just to get the word out. But I would say right now, most people are just home. You're not really doing too much. You know, people are slowly getting used to this new normal for a little bit, and then we'll go back to, you know, the way of society was, or similar to it in the near future. But until we have events, I would say just open it up, play with it, check it out. You'll see people. What we did during the pandemic right now is we enlarged the radius so that more people can match right now. We did that because it was the right thing to do. So people, instead of being in only a 6 or 8 block radius, whatever that might be, now we extended it further so that people are doing the same thing as you. They're working from home, they're just staying on their couch, watching Netflix on the weekend, Zoom meetings, whatever they're doing, or just in the close proximity with their close friends or family. And you still want to meet someone when you're single. It's kind of unfortunate now because you're not able to do that unless you have an app like Perchance. And now you can sit on your couch, you can match with a few people, and a lot of people are using Zoom or they're video chatting, which we're going to have inside of Perchance in the next few months, so that you can video chat and show a video of yourself when you're in your profile. But that's the thing I would do. I would say open it up maybe once a day, twice a day, whatever you would like, and you could see who's around you, and you could see the new users on the top of the screen too, and you could just see, hey, this person looks interesting, let me try to reach out to them and I'll see what happens. And then a lot of people are matching, and they're going on dates, and it's what you're comfortable with. So if you want to go out and social distance and wear a mask, people are doing that. If you just want to meet them on a Zoom for a little bit, do that, whatever you're comfortable with right now. And in the near future, we'll have some really cool events once things are safer. And people are really antsy for that. That'll happen as well. And then once you're a Perchance user, you get some really cool VIP experiences where whether you get to meet a celebrity or go to a really cool event and get some, you know, free things, bottle service, open bar, whatever it is, just for being a Perchance user. And we're going to continue to do that in 2021.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Is there anything else you want to add? I mean, I think it's a good episode so far. Anything you want to talk about that maybe I didn't cover that you would want to add?
People might not understand what the difference is between what Perchance is and what the other apps are. Maybe some might be confused. I mean, you can check out our video on our website and you can see how it works. It's pretty cool on the top. But the main difference in what we're doing is if you're using Tinder or Bumble or swiping apps, it's just you're swiping on random people that may or may not be real. That if they are real, a lot of them are, they might be, say, 50 miles away, 25 miles away, 10 miles away. And the one person that you wanted to see, or singles in your neighborhood, you can't really see whether you're on any of those apps. But what we're doing is we've made it much more concise so that they're literally in your neighborhood. You may or may not have seen them at the grocery store, wherever you were. So it's very concise. And we push it so that when you do match, you could either chat with someone or it gives you a list so you can go on a date very quickly. So it's, hey, you might have spoken to them for a quick second. You didn't get their information. You might have smiled at them when you're at a red light, wherever it was. There's no other app where you could find that person other than Perchance.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Thanks.
It's a good episode, yeah.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Yeah.